Hey, are you a YouTuber and you want an edge conquering the ever-changing algorithm? Check my link below and learn how you can for just $1.
This is fine.
What up, you nerds? Fallout here, and today I want to talk about Arbalest and Lorentz Driver, two weapons in D2 that players either love quietly or wish would burn in hell. We will barely talk about them in PvE for a quick second, but the bulk of our talking will be about the two weapons mainly in PvP. And for the record, even though I really do very openly not like these weapons in PvP, I don't think you're a bad person or a scumbag if you do use them. Make no mistake, I definitely want them to be nerfed in the worst way. But again, don't think I'm attacking you as a person for liking them. Actually, hats off to you if you're bold enough to weigh in down in the comment section below as to why you think they shouldn't be nerfed in PvP. Be warned if you do that though, that might be on the same level as jumping over the fence at the lion exhibit at the local zoo covered in A1 sauce. Anyway, if you haven't noticed, Arby and Lorentz Driver are not only quite good in PvP, but have been getting a lot of usage in trials. At the time of me recording today's audio, Arby held the number 3 most used weapon spot in trials the weekend before, and Lorentz Driver came in at number 6. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like these two weapons have been big time problem children for a long time. And yeah, any sniper rifle in the game can also yoink a one-hit kill from across the map in the blink of an eye, and with no charge time at all, mind you. But the LFR Dynamic Duo have two great things going for them, in my opinion. Thing number 1, they eat flinch for goddamn breakfast. This is by far and away the strongest feature that both Arby and the Driver share. It is very common to see clips floating around on social media like the following. Some player beating down an enemy with repeated gunfire, only for that enemy to tank it all like the Terminator and clap back with a one-tap headshot through the flinch. No problem. Fortunately, Thing 1 may take care of itself in time. Bungie has gone on the record saying that the recent nerf to how snipers get flinched will also be applied to linear fusion rifles in Season 19. I'm really hoping that nerf alone does the job. If it doesn't, and LFRs can still really easily one-tap through repeated flinch, it is going to be a long wait until Lightfall. Anyway, thing number 2, which isn't as big as a factor as thing number 1, low as zoom value. And I know I preach the value of high zoom on SMGs and sidearms, but I feel that snipers and LFRs especially do benefit more from less zoom. Arby and Lorentz Driver are sitting at a 25 zoom value each, which is way low when compared to any sniper rifle. With that low 25 zoom, you can kind of take in more of your surroundings when you ADS. You don't feel like a horse with blinders on. With lower zoom IMO, it's way easier to throw up that red dot anywhere vaguely near the other player's head and be rewarded with some kind of insane headshot. I've seen way too many clips like this one right here, which seem unreal generous in regards to getting a linear fusion rifle headshot. And this clip right here makes me question the existence of God. Moving right along, if y'all don't know about Trials Report, highly suggest you check them out. The screenshots at the beginning of today's video showing off Driver and Arby at the number 3 and number 6 spots in Trials was taken off that site. And they even got more fun data available. Why don't we check it out? Here's a detailed breakdown from Trials Report showing weapon usage numbers from Trials players with both an 80% win rate and a 90% win rate after 50 matches. Yeesh with these numbers right here. Arby and Driver in the number 1 and number 2 spots on both charts. Together, they make up a 20% combined total usage number in the 80% win rate chart and a horrifying 27% combined total usage in the 90% win rate chart. Gotta admit, even if you're firmly in the camp of you really like Arby or the Driver and you think they're kind of fine the way they are, these numbers are kind of wild. Again, I know they're getting tuned in Season 19, but I really am worried that they maybe won't be tuned enough and will continue to dominate in trials. We're also supposed to be getting some kind of glory rework in Season 19, which I am looking forward to, but I really do hope that rework won't be completely overshadowed by not enough tuning on two weapons I feel are really unfun to fight against. For the PvE players out there, I feel you breathing down the back of my neck right now. Let me put your fears at ease. I really only care about Arby and Driver being appropriately tuned in the PvP sandbox. I know Arby for sure is a hot ticket in any activity with either match game or a barrier champion, but I legit don't even know any people who use Lorentz Driver in endgame PvE. I'm fine with y'all. Oh, and by the way, if you are getting bored of Arby in PvE, have you tried Wishender lately? Pretty fun, gotta tell you. Also comes with intrinsic anti-barrier like Arby and doesn't rely on special ammo. Just saying. Anywho, I've talked to a few PvP players regarding both Arby and Driver. They all agree it's not the only thing in the sandbox they would like to see changed. Cough, cough, sidearms, Gerfalcon G-Falcon the entire AE system, Dead Messenger, etc. But it is, however, the sandbox change a lot of them are looking forward to the most in Season 19. I think I agree with a few people that RB and Driver could also maybe use a wee bit of a handling nerf, something to maybe slow that ADS speed down just a wee bit. Both RB and the Driver with the Catalyst on are capable of hitting 40 handling, which IMO is kind of a lot. One suggestion I've heard being kicked around a lot from the PvP community is change RB and the Driver from special weapons to power weapons. Definitely an interesting idea, but realistically, I don't see that ever happening. And while I and probably many other people would probably shed 0 tears if that were to go down, those guns would need to be given a big buff on the PvE side of things to compensate. Even though we are in an LFR meta right now, you have legendary god rolls like Storm Chaser, Reed, Cataclysmic, and Typhon. And unless the exotic damage numbers get a hardcore buff, I would rather use any of those legendary options than RB or Driver as my power weapon. They'd also probably need to have their base functions changed a little bit if that change were to happen. There's something weird about the idea of going into a GM Nightfall with RB in the power slot to handle barrier champions. Bungie's senior community member DMG replied to a thread the other day about the likelihood of completely disabling RB and the Driver from PvP. Per DMG, at this time, we are not considering a PvP disable for these weapons. While we're aware of the perceived balance issues and have some changes being worked on, flinch, aim assist cones, we only look to disabling pieces of gear when they are impacted by severe bugs. Severe, according to Bungie, usually falls into the category of game breaking, infinite ammo, progression blockers, friendly damage, and more. I'm gonna be real with my man Cool Guy. It's a fun little fantasy to think about a trial sandbox with no linears, but yeah, I highly goddamn doubt Bungie would ever just shut off a weapon option because it's really good and or annoying, even if it would cause partying in the streets. And I knew that Bungie was working on the flinch changes from the TWAB, but seeing DMG also mention the aim assist cone tweaking does actually make me feel hopeful. Not to beat a long dead horse, but the gun does give headshots really generously. The aim assist value might be low on paper, but something's going on with that cone for sure. In the meantime, a few ways I've found that have been kinda effective in fighting people in PvP using RB and or the Driver. Number 1, Hunter camo, and yeah, that does include the dreaded G-Falcon. I know that's kind of like a game warden fighting off a poacher with a club made out of baby seals, but hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. Another fun option under the camo umbrella, Jester Gemini. Radar manipulation is still really effective in PvP, and it can help you close the gap on a team of RB players, really laning it up. Option number 2, Juggernaut Titan with Antaeus wards. The Juggernaut shield can tank at least one shot, and Antaeus wards, if timed properly, can either protect you while you close the gap, or maybe even hurt the person trying to shoot you. Option number 3, Titan Rampart. Yeah, it makes your Titan barricade a little bit weaker, but it gives you 2 big ups on any RB user. 1, you can safely peek the corner to challenge any laners trying to pick you, and number 2, the RB user may make a mistake and waste a shot trying to damage or break your barricade. Might not sound like a lot, but making an RB user waste even 1 shot trying to kill you is a huge benefit. Those are my 3 favorite methods, but if you have another that you really stand by all means, tell me about it down in the comments section. And again, if you're pro Arbalest or pro Lorentz Driver in PvP, you think they're fine, you don't want them to be nerfed or tweaked, I would actually like to hear from you. Comment section replying on YouTube might be a bold choice, but doors also open on Twitter and Discord. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on stream.